an industry in crisis. At this point in time, the translation industry is in crisis, partly due to the new technologies automating many translation tasks, but also the inherent conservative nature of the industry. The problem is that many people are trapped by the industry's own myths. They want to believe, and they want you to believe, that the translation industry is about translators and translations, that translations are quality writing, that any problems are your fault. So let's try to tackle these issues, to find a way forward for everyone. The translation industry is really not just about translators, or even translations. So who and what else is involved? The client, who writes the text, the project manager, who then assigns it, the translator, who translates it, the editor, who resolves the issues, the checker, who ensures the text is both complete and completed. We need to break the who myth, because all these people are involved. And what they are doing is not mere decoration, or making personal style choices, or checking spelling and grammar. The translator is not an all-knowing language expert. Instead, their efforts mostly produce communication-level results. So, as long as we continue to rely on translators to define our industry, we continue to fail to capitalize on all our skills and opportunities. We need to see ourselves as different kinds of writing professionals and understand which skills each of us offers and which we do not. If we take a step back, we can see that texts are written as part of larger processes, such as the development and sale of products. Our industry is not really part of this product development process. Our contribution is usually just something to be added somewhere towards the end. This is not because the client is at fault, unable to understand the value of the translation process, but because we refuse to participate in the greater product process. Accountants, engineers, marketing personnel, they all participate and interact on some level, expressing their needs and potentials, sharing their work and values, all except us. In fact, they have to bring their finished written work to us, and then we expect them to trust us with it. So now we have the wider picture in mind. What is it that the client actually needs? Not wants, not what we offer, but needs. We have always told them that they need a translation, but this is just misleading to avoid participating in the product process. How many clients set up and run a whole product process solely to get a translation? What the client needs is their text to be a success with people who read or speak other languages. Just one aspect of their product process. So what are we offering? The basic unit of our industry is the idea that text can be translated, phrase for phrase, that everything that exists in one language also exists in essentially the same form in another. This works for contracts, but it would, because legal language is not our native language, but a pidgin Latin, using our words. For legal texts, we can easily translate Polish pidgin Latin into English pidgin Latin, for example, but real languages differ. So for product level text, this technique merely produces communication level translations. This is partly due to the limitations of time, effort, and experience, serious disadvantages of the traditional translation process. To convert real language translations into successful text for people who read a different language, who live a different culture, we need people who think and function in another way, people who are not translators. If we work by comparing two versions of a text, all the quality is in that comparison. What this means is that to achieve quality writing, we need to be considering only one version of the text, the final version, Translators make comparison text. More precisely, more tasty. Editors make readable text. More precision, tasty results. Checkers make complete text. More precision, tasty results, full stop. Each brings a different quality to the text, and each requires a different mode of thinking. The work myth is that a translator can be an editor, or an editor can be a translator. This is one of the biggest value changes our industry needs to face, accepting that we are not all-encompassing experts, that we need to start asking other people about their values. With technology increasingly taking over the essential translation tasks, the focus has to move towards understanding how to manage the whole process. However, the translation industry is dominated by loners, people lacking in experience in team-oriented project management. Yesterday's technology is good enough, and it is cheap. That saves the customer money, which is all a customer wants. But if this were true, then why are most other people in the product process investing in their future? So the translation industry has built its own trap. It avoids investing in project management, so it remains behind in project management technology, so it does not see the value of investing. For example, a common issue relates to translation memories. In other professional businesses, a monetary value will be assigned to each and every translation memory. Knowing the value allows us to calculate how much we should invest in them to improve them, including time, money, and expertise. Translation memories lose value as the number of inconsistencies and variations increase, as well as errors, and the final responsibility for them is even placed on the client at times. When we do not place actual value on our things, the client knows we do not, from the holes in our communication where such values should be expressed. Where are our tools, our apps that aid the flow of work and management without emails? Where are the tools and apps to manage translation memories? Where is the connection between the expertise employed by an agency and the client? The future cannot be the past, but more of it. We need to move away from endless talks at management level between people from essentially the same background, saying the same things that everyone understands, which is traditional. We need change. We need to change. See you next time.